Last Wednesday night, the IPFW women's basketball team played the Butler Bulldogs from Indianapolis here at the Gate Sports Center, lost a tough 70-60 decision. This afternoon, they're back here at the Gate Center getting ready to take on the Lancers of Longwood University. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Maz. Welcome once again to IPFW women's basketball here on College 56 Sports. I'm joined by Dave Scouten, and Doc, Wednesday night, the Dons just couldn't hit a shot when they needed to.
Yeah, they had a tough finish, got within 3 points late in the game, and then the scoring just didn't take place.
Well, that was Wednesday night. This afternoon, they're going to take on a team that they played 2 weeks ago in Virginia, a team that they played very, very well against for the first half. They were tied at halftime, only down by 3 with 15 minutes to go, but then they fell bugaboo to a run and ended up losing by 17.
Yeah, they got to hope today that there will be a good finish, because if they can finish this game, they got a good shot at winning.
Well, 2 members of Longwood that we're going to keep an eye on today are twin sisters, Ashley and Amber Mason. Ashley's averaging 18 points and 9 rebounds a game. Amber, 12 points a game. Tough duo to stop.
They're 2 of the 3 seniors that play a lot for Longwood, so they also give them a lot of leadership. So they'll be tough to contend with today.
3 members of the IPFW team to look for. Ashley Johnson from Kokomo had 24 points, 7 boards, and 4 steals against Longwood 2 weeks ago. Also, Kelly Boyd, number 52, a 6'5 senior from North Judson, had 14 points. And Tina Mullen, number 31, had 16 points against Butler Wednesday night.
Tina played very well, and as a freshman, she seems to be coming on strong here at the end of the season.
Key to the game, Doc.
Turnovers. If they can eliminate the turnovers, keep that ball to where they get good shots, we got a shot at it.
Again, it's the Lancers of Longwood taking on the Mastodons of IPFW. Stay tuned. Starting lineups and the opening tip are just ahead right here on College 56 Sports.
That book was all right. You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales. You're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Do you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Star Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
Welcome to the Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. Along with Dave Scouten, this is Mike Miles getting ready to call the action in this afternoon's women's basketball game featuring the Lancers of Longwood University from Farmville, Virginia, and the Mastodons of IPFW. Dave, we talked a few moments ago about the fact that these 2 teams are young teams. They're both kind of struggling. IPFW 2-16, Longwood 6-14. A lot more similarities than you really want to know.
They each have a couple of seniors that have to provide a little leadership to the rest of the club and get things going.
Now let's take a look at our starting lineups for today's ball game. For the visiting Lancers of Longwood University, Ashley Mason is a 5'10 senior from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Her twin sister Amber, also a 5'10 senior from Virginia Beach. Jessica Wilkerson will be at a guard. She's 5'7 senior out of Roanoke, Virginia. The center is Anna Stegg. She is 6'1", a freshman out of Fairfax, Virginia. And the other guard will be Abby Freeze, a 5'5 junior from West Liberty, Ohio. The interim head coach is Nikki Atkinson. We'll talk about that later. For IPFW, at the guards, Ashley Johnson, a 5'8 junior from Kokomo. Johnny Lewis Carlisle, a 5'6 sophomore from Lexington, Kentucky. At a forward spot, Jenny Green, a 6' senior from Lansing, Michigan. Also at a guard, Hillary O'Connell, a 5'8 junior from Warsaw. And starting at center will be 6'5" Kelly Boyd. Kelly is a senior out of North Judson, Indiana. The interim head coach of IPFW is Chris Paul. And there you see Chris on the left of your screen, Alan Buck to your right. We're ready to go. Michelle Del Duco tosses the ball up, and our game is underway, and the opening tap is controlled by IPFW. You'll be going from left to right on your television screen.
Looks like Longwood opens up in a man-to-man defense.
Billy Boyd had 14 points 2 weeks ago against these Lancers. Ball goes out of bounds, and it is last touched by IPFW, so it'll be the Longwood Lancers in their blue road uniforms with white numbers, white trim, and IPFW comes out in full court pressure.
It was good hustle there last time by Jenny Green. She'll be on the floor a lot. She goes after that ball.
And right away, we got a violation as it looked like
Abby Free
stepped on the line.
Yeah.
So turnovers even at 1, and here comes IPFW with their second attempt at scoring today. Jean-Louis Carlisle. Kick it around. JLC pops one through, the Dons on top, 2-0.
Good motion on the offense that time. Got a pick, came off of it, Green the jumper.
Here's Carlisle averaging just over 14 points a game. Coming right back off the glass is Ashley Mason.
Yep.
Tied at 2. Played just over a minute here at the Gate Sports Center. Glad you could join us on Coward 56 Sports. John Lewis Carlisle drives the lane, misses the shot, and it's rebounded by Ashley Mason. And the Lancers bring it up the floor. There's twin sister. Pass inside, shot up and in by Anna Stegg.
Really nice shot. She was in traffic, put it off the glass, dropped it in.
Now the Dons got to be wary of Anna Stegg because 2 weeks ago today, Stegg popped in 22 points in a Lancer 86-69 victory.
She's a young freshman that looks like she's just coming into her own.
Hillary O'Connell comes through with the long ball.
And that's good news for the Dons. When Hillary gets hot, look out.
5-4, Mastodons on top as we near the 18-minute mark here in the opening 20 minutes of play. Jessica Wilkerson being watched by John Lewis Carlisle. Inside, Ashley Mason, spin move, misses the shot, but gets her own rebound and puts it back in.
She's a very active inside player for her height, 5'10".
She's got 4 of the 6 Longwood points, and the Lancers retake the lead 6-5. AJ shaking and baking, kicks it out. Inside back to Jenny Green, and we got a whistle. Whoa, Jenny Green, a little feisty, talking with Amber Mason. And the foul is on Amber, her first, team first.
It was a great pass inside from Hillary to Jenny. Jenny just had a player hang on her own.
Jenny Green, the senior out of Lansing, wants to drive. Pops it up off the glass and in. Jenny Green with her first 2 points of the day. 7-6, Mastodons. Lancers come right back. Stegg misses the bunny, and Ashley Johnson pulls down the board. Lewis Carlisle to Kelleberg off the glass and in.
Nice penetration, pass out. Kelleberg finishes off with a bucket.
9-6, IPFW on top as we go into the 17-minute mark. Here's Jessica Wilkerson playing the point guard position. Lob feed into Mason, and Ashley gets her third bucket.
Ashley Mason is a really active player underneath.
Leading scorer and rebounder, 17 points, 9 boards per contest. The lead is cut to 1.
Tina Moore getting ready to check in for the Dons.
Jenny Green looking. Lob past to Boyd. It's tied up and taken away by Amber Mason. And quickly up the floor from the Lancers. Lob pass underneath. Ashley Mason. Don't look now. We played just under 4 minutes, and Ashley Mason has 8 points.
Yeah, and all 8 of those have come on a lob pass up and over the defense. Defense going to have to be looking for that.
Johnson with the ball up top, looking for a teammate that's moving. 10-9 our score. Jenny Green, long distance off the iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Anna Stegg.
This is a good shot by Jenny. Didn't fall, but
Wilkerson for three, no. Bird with the board. John Lewis Carlisle on the run. JLC, coast to coast, off the glass and in. 4 points for the sophomore from Lexington, Kentucky. IPFW retakes the lead. Ashley Mason pops in a little 6-footer. I'm impressed, Doc. Ashley Mason with 10 of the 12 Longwood points.
She's a good-looking player and right now has a hot hand.
12-11 our score. Longwood on top. IPFW with the basketball. Jenny Green takes it to the glass. Up and count. She's fouled.
Nice strong move to the up. Shot fake, went in, laid it up. Now she gets a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Well, she'll get that chance when we come back. Timeout on the floor. 15:08 to go in the first half. 13-12 rather, IPFW. You're watching IPFW women's basketball on College 56 Sports.
Are you in there? What's up? The show's at 7. Whoa. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
On this month's edition of IPFW Up Close, we're giving you a piece of Americana in the form of the Possum Trot Orchestra. We'll meet the musicians, singer-songwriters, folklorists, guitar makers, admission office information specialists, and friends. We'll find out what brought them together, where they came up with the name for their group, what their backgrounds are, and we'll also feature them in a mini-concert. Join me, Susan Alderman, Sundays at noon for IPFW Up Close on College Access Channel 56.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Heritage Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW, along with Dave Scout, and this is Mike Mize. 15:08 left in period number 1, and IPFW, on the strength of a Jenny Green basket, leads Longwood University 13-12, and Doc, both teams are coming out shooting like gangbusters here in the first 5 minutes of play.
Yeah, the shooting is tremendous, and the aggressiveness out of Jenny Green on the offensive end is something we haven't seen in a while.
Don 6 of 8 for 75% from the floor. Longwood 6 of 9 for 67%. Jenny Green at the line, trying to complete a conventional three-point play. And the senior from Lansing does. She now has 5 points. It's a 2-point Don lead. Coming right back and missing a bunny was Nadej Wandu, but picking it up. Whitney Dyer. And we're tied at 14. Tina Mullins checked into the lineup for IPFW, coming off a career-high 16-point night Wednesday night against the Butler Bulldogs. Jenny Green taking on 2 Lancers, and she draws the foul, and they say she's going to go to the line and shoot a pair.
Well, she's active. She's looking for the opportunity. She's looking for the pass, and whichever comes first is what she's been taking.
Nadej Wandu is charged with the foul. Wandu is a 6'2 redshirt freshman out of Cameroon. As we get a look at the replay, Dave, Jenny being aggressive, like you said, and drawing the foul. She knocks down the first free throw, and she gets one more chance to give IPFW a 2-point lead. Nope, bounces off the rim, and Ashley Mason pulls down the rebound. 15-14 our score, 14 and a half minutes to go here in the first half. Mastodons on top, looking for win number 3 of the season. More wholesale substitutions. There's a pass intended for Ashley Mason, knocked out of bounds by Tina Moen.
That's a good defensive move by Tina. Came down, cut off the passing lane.
Chris Paul in front of us, the interim head coach, has a record of 1-8 since taking over from Bruce Patterson in late December. Wandu off the glass and in. Well, there's an advantage of being tall, and Nadej Wandu at 6'2 certainly fills that bill.
Yes, she was. And she uses that glass, lays that ball in.
16-15, Lancers on top. AJ takes it to the glass, misses, but she is hammered, and she'll shoot a pair. And they're going to call a foul on Amber Sims. It is Amber's first, team fourth. Ashley Johnson, a 72% free throw shooter, knocks down the first.
Yeah, Ashley does a nice job at the line.
Julianne Huna, the 6'3" freshman from Germany, in for the lineup, replacing Jenny Green. One more free throw coming for the junior from Kokomo. And she's perfect. Don's now 4 or 5 at the stripe.
And that's what's keeping them close in the game.
They're up 17-16, 14 minutes to go. Wandu again off the glass and in. She now has 4, as you see Nikki Atkinson. Interesting, Doc, both teams playing with interim head coaches. I'll tell you more about the Longwood story in a bit. Hillary O'Connell misses a 3. Kiva Small hits the deck and she's limping. Ball goes out of bounds to Longwood.
Yeah, both interim appointments were made the 1st of January. Started the new year with their new head coach.
Atkinson replacing longtime head coach Shirley Duncan, was there 23 and a half years. Missing a 3 was Courtney Dyer, and Hillary O'Connell finally picks up the loose ball. IPFW hoping to retake the lead. Jeanna Lewis Carlisle just inside the arc misses, and we're going to get a pushing foul on Julianne Huna.
Yeah. She had one hand on the player and the other hand grabbing the ball.
That is the first Mastodon foul of the afternoon. Ball goes over to Longwood with 13-17 to go until halftime. Lancers on top, 18-17.
And the Lancers only have one starter on the floor at the moment.
Courtney Dyer shaking and baking. Inside feed to Ashley Mason. Driving on O'Connell and Huna, and Mason now with a dozen points.
She's got great hands. She touches that ball, she can control it. Get a good shot off.
The lead is 3. Johnson picks it out to O'Connell. Back to Jeanna Lewis Carlisle, rubs off a Huna pick, fires up a 3, no good. Wandu clears the boards for Longwood. And here come the Lancers, taking it strong to the hole, but missing the bunny is Sims. Loose ball underneath, they're going to call a jump ball, and on the alternate possession, it'll remain in possession of the Lancers. Nan Moore, freshman out of Detroit, coming in for IPFW. Dyer to inbound it. Lob pass to Small. Pops it, hits it, and is fouled.
Well executed inbounds play. Great pass. Shot the ball in the air. Got fouled. He's going to try for 2.
Moore is charged with the personal foul. So at the line, Kiva Small. Again, trying to convert a 3-point play. Misses the free throw. And the first time these two teams met, Doc, Longwood made their first 12 free throws of the game as Johnson is fouled driving to the basket. Kiva Small is going to get whistled for the infraction.
Foul on the floor, so there'll be no free throw shot this time.
First personal on Small, 15 foul on Longwood. Tina Mullen pops a long one and hits.
She's picking up right where she left off Wednesday night.
Freshman from Oslo, Norway hits the scorebook for the first time. It's 22-19. The lead is cut to 3. Out comes Longwood. Small, 17-footer, misses. Huna with the board. And here come the Dons up the floor. Ashley Johnson. She's going to fire a 3, but before she can take the shot,
offensive foul.
they're going to call an illegal screen, I believe, on Julianne Huna.
Yeah.
And we have another timeout on the floor. 11:51 to go until halftime. It is Longwood 22, IPFW 19. You're watching IPFW women's basketball on College 56 Sports.
Mom, Dad, you know we love kids, and I've made a decision that will totally change my life. Cameron's too. It's a huge responsibility, leading someone into, who knows, communication or science or math. That's what life's all about, right? Learning so you can pass on knowledge to younger minds. Dad, Mom, I want to be a teacher.
University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Back at the Irrigate Sports Center, 11:51 remaining here in the first half. IPFW trails the Lancers of Longwood University 22-19. Along with Dave Scout, this is Mike Mize here at the Irrigate Sports Center. Glad you could join us for NCAA Division I women's basketball on a cloudy Saturday afternoon in the Summit City. Lancers bring the ball up the floor. Courtney Dyer to Mason. It's Ashley. She's triple teamed. They work it around. 10-foot shot is up, missed by Abby Freeze, but she is fouled. Nan Moore picks up her second foul in a row. Fourth team foul, and at the line will be Abby Freeze, a 5'5" junior from West Liberty, Ohio. First one is good. Jenny Green in for Nan Moore. Doc, look at that. Points in the paint right now favoring the Lancers 20-8.
Yeah, and as we were talking at the break, of their 11 baskets, 8 have had an assist in that. So that's great offensive basketball.
Next free throw is good. It is 24-19. Favor of Longwood.
Abby Freeze, number 33 for Longwood, is one of two good basketball.
Knocks down her little jumper. She now has 4 points.
Started to say Abby Freeze is one of two non-Virginia players. Abby's from neighboring Ohio.
Three-point shot missed. Don's unable to control the rebound, and Longwood gets a fresh 30.
Yeah, they had John Carlisle, Lewis Carlisle, sandbagging. Could have gotten easy too, but they couldn't get the ball to her.
Courtney Dyer, left side to Wilkerson. IPFW playing man-to-man. Kick it out. Dyer, baseline jumper off the glass. Mullen fights for the rebound. They say last touch by Ashley Mason. So the ball goes over to IPFW. 10:37 left here in the first half. Kelly Boyd to inbound it to Ashley Johnson. Dons trail by 3, 24-21.
IPFW has done a nice job of tightening up their defense inside, and anytime that Mason gets the ball, there are two players collapsing on her.
Lewis Carlisle for 3, in and out, no good. Wilkerson clears the board. Lancers on the run, almost a double dribble. Instead, a three-point shot missed by Freeze. Boyd with another rebound, and here come the Dons on the run. Lewis Carlisle, 18-footer is good. She now has a half a dozen. Dons to within 24-23, under 10 minutes here in the first half. Game being played somewhat quickly.
Yeah, it's been a good, quick, very well-played game today.
Oh, nice feed from Stake to Ashley Mason, and Ashley draws the foul. Tina Mullen charged with her first personal. That is the 15 foul. 2 free throws coming for Ashley Mason.
Yeah, guess who's on the scoring end of things?
First free throw is good. Ashley Mason, 67% free throw shooter. And she'll get one more. In and out, no good.
Well, she's human. She missed the shot.
Green with the rebound. The Dons trail by 2. 9:38 to go here in half number 1. AJ has it stripped back out of bounds.
Knocked out to their own.
Wow. Good play by Courtney Dyer. Natalie Roberts takes to the floor for the first time today for IPFW. Natalie, a 6'1" sophomore from Connorsville, Indiana, replacing Kelly Boyd. So you've got Johnson, Moen, Lewis Carlisle, Jenny Green, and Roberts on the floor for IPFW. Wilkerson looking inside. Can't find anybody open at the moment. Baseline drive by Stagg, but before the shot, there is a foul. Roberts whistled for the foul. Her first, team sixth, one more. And Longwood will go to the line.
Anna Stagg, for a freshman, is a good-looking inside player. She's very active. And guess who?
Ashley Mason pops in another one. And she draws the foul. John Lewis Carlisle picks up her first. Mason has been a load as she makes the free throw and completes a three-point play. Ashley Mason right now, 16 of the 28 Lancer points.
7 for 8 from the field.
Lewis Carlisle has her shot blocked, and we got a scrum in the paint. Alternate possession goes to IPFW. 9:02 left here in the first half. 28-23 our score. Longwood on top. Tina Mullen to inbound the basketball for IPFW. To Johnson. Two-man game. Mullen double team. Gets it off to Roberts. That shot is no good, but Natalie is fouled, and she looks a little bit in pain.
Had the air knocked out of her.
Fouls on Anna Stagg, her first. And at the line will be Natalie Roberts. Southpaw knocks down the first one. She'll get a second. Chance to bring IPFW to within 3 at 28-25 if she's successful. And she is. IPFW 6 of 7 at the foul line in the first half. They trail by 3. Wilkerson. Three-point shot by Dyer is good. Courtney Dyer now with 5 points.
Both teams are having pretty good success offensively, probably better than their season averages would be at this point in the game. Longwood's now in his own defense.
Jenny Green, lob pass for Roberts. Roberts wants to drive on Stagg, misses the shot, and the ball's picked off by Anna Stagg. Lancers on the run, but Ashley Mason cannot handle the high pass.
They know how to look for it, don't they?
They sure do. Turnover number 3 for Longwood. O'Connell back in for IPFW. Wandu for Longwood rather. Here comes Nan Moore in for Tina Moen. And getting things cleared up. Wandu hadn't checked directly in with the official score. Now all the formalities have been completed. And here comes IPFW with the ball. They trail 31-25 as getting near the 8-minute mark. Corey O'Connell rubbing off the Roberts pick. Johnson, three-point shot partially blocked. O'Connell picks it up, gives it to Moore. Back. Put-back shot is missed, but there is a foul underneath. Let's see who Michelle Del Duque calls it on. Wandu. There's Wandu, picks up her second. And another timeout on the floor. 7:49 left until intermission. 31-25 our score. Lancers on top. For tickets to IPFW athletic events, call 260-481-6000, or you can go to the IPFW Athletics website. It's That's www.ipfw.edu/athletics. Tickets are available for individual events or mini-season ticket packages. Those packages are available for the remainder of both the men's and women's basketball seasons. Again, the phone number 260-481-6000 or go online at www.ipfw.edu/athletics. There you see the Brain Trust, Chris Paul in the dark blue jacket, that one brought to his right, Charity Middleton with the clipboard, and Katie Jackson, a former Mastodon player, former coach at Northside High School as well.
That last play for the Dons was great anticipation by Hillary O'Connell after AJ got her shot blocked. Hillary went to the ball, picked it out in the air, and they kept the ball alive. Eventually now will end up at the free throw line.
Yeah, numbers at this point, Longwood 13 of 23 from the floor, 57%, 1 of 5 from three-point range for 20%, 4 of 6 from the foul line for 67%. Mastodons 9 of 19 overall for 47%, 1 of 7 from three-point range for 14%, but they have knocked down 6 out of 7 free throws, which has helped them stay within reach at 31-25. Natalie Roberts is going to be back at the stripe. She just knocked down a pair a few moments ago. And when you're down in the scoreboard dock, it's great to be able to catch up with the clock not moving.
Yeah, that's for sure.
First free throw. Just a curse, Natalie. She bounced it off the rim and away from the basket. One more coming. A lot of bounces. That one's no good. Dyer with the rebound. Opportunity gone astray for IPFW there. The perimeter movement by the part of Longwood. Pass intended for Stagg, and it's knocked out of bounds. Good defensive hustle by both Roberts and Green.
Good offensive movement that time, but the defense stayed right with him. So the Dons knocked that ball out of bounds.
Wilkerson to inbound, looking for a blue shirt. Good hustle by AJ, Ashley Johnson. She tried to pick off the pass. 18 left on the shot clock, 7:36 on the first half game clock. Dons trail by 6, 31-25, and again, Jessica Wilkerson to inbound it for Longwood. Moving from right to left on your TV screen. Stagg in the block. Good feed to Mason, and Ashley puts it down again.
I'm not sure that was an intentional pass, but it looked like it might have been knocked out of her hand.
18 points here in the first half for Ashley Mason. She's coming off a 16-point, 15-rebound night. Roberts misses the shot. Stagg, I'm sorry, it wasn't Stagg, it was Sims who lost the ball. Pass intended for Ashley Mason out of bounds. Small back on the floor for Longwood. Kelly Boyd on the floor for IPFW. Talk about height differential. Kiva Small 5'8", Kelly Boyd 6'5".
Jonna Lewis Carlisle back in for the Dons.
Again, both these teams played on Wednesday night. IPFW lost to Butler 70-60. And Longwood lost to Elon 62-61. Three-pointer missed by Moore. Mason, who else? Ashley picks up the carom. Dyer watched by O'Connell. Inside feed, shot up and missed by Stagg, but she is fouled by Jonna Lewis Carlisle. And Anna Stagg will go to the foul line to shoot two. It's two personals on Jonna Lewis Carlisle. 8 team fouls. Stagg, we said, scored 22 points the first time these two teams met 2 weeks ago. Knocks down that free throw. That gives her 3 on the afternoon. Make it 4.
She doesn't put much arch on that shot, but she puts it right dead center.
Longwood now 6 of 8 from the charity stripe. The lead is 10, 6.5 minutes to go. Dons need some offense. O'Connell off the rim, no tap, no good. Sims with the board, wrestling it away from Jenny Green. Small on the run. Dyer on the line, no good. Hillary O'Connell post on the board. And Moore wants to drive. Shot up, no good. 1-on-4 doesn't work that often.
Pretty tough. Got in awfully heavy traffic. Nowhere to go.
Kiva Small brings it up over midcourt. Under 6 minutes now to go here in the first half. 35-25 our score. Lancers on top. Dyer from the corner. No. Rebound fought for, and Stegg is going to be called for the foul. She and Nan Moore really doing battle underneath.
And I think it's the other way around.
They're going to call it on Nan Moore instead.
Yeah.
And that is her third, team ninth, and I really thought the call was going the other way. Ashley Johnson back in for Nan Moore, and Anna Stegg at the line. Again, she's 6'1", freshman from Fairfax, Virginia. Misses the free throw, but Ashley Mason, and there's a case back for the Dons who just out-hustled on the glass.
Absolutely. Mason went from the other side of the foul line to the corner and picked up that ball.
Dons get a break as Longwood is called for traveling. Lancers' 5th turnover. Here comes AJ, Ashley Johnson up the court. Dons trail by 10 with 5.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Peter Mullins back on the floor. Across to Johnson. IPFW with some perimeter passing. O'Connor for 3 off the rim. No. Johnson gets the offensive board. AJ's great at that now.
Great hustle. Yeah, she went up over a 6'1" girl and got the rebound.
During the 5-minute mark, AJ driving off the glass and in. Johnson's fourth field goal of the day now has 4 points, and the lead is cut to 8 at 35-27. Nearly a steal. Inside. Boy, block Stegg.
Stegg looks like she's out of gas right now.
JLC kicks it out to O'Connell. Hillary from long distance. No. Sims outdoing Mullen for the board, and Longwood calls a 30-second timeout with 4:33 left until halftime. In case you're watching IPFW women's basketball for the first time, women's basketball, you have 5 timeouts in a game, 1 60-second, 4 30-second, and the whole key is you have to use 1 in the first half or you lose it. You can do more than just sit on the sidelines, participate in the excitement of Mastodon Athletics by joining the Royal Dons Club. The Royal Dons is IPFW's official athletic booster organization. Members enjoy athletic-related special events, priority access to tickets, and more. To learn about the Royal Dons Club, call 260-481-643. You can write to them at 2101 East Coliseum Boulevard, Fort Wayne, Indiana 46805. Or you can go to the IPFW Athletics website at www.ipfw.edu/athletics. Started to say, Doc, if you don't use a timeout in the first half, you lose one.
Yeah.
So the Lancers have met that obligation. Now they have the basketball with 4:20 to go in a half and leading by 8.
And they let number 11, a 6-foot freshman, into the lineup for the first time.
Claire Blevins. Nikki Atkinson using her bench. Baseline drive. Who else? Ashley Mason.
Nice penetration by 33.
20 points for Ashley Mason. And we've only played 16 minutes. AJ tries to spin move, starts a turnover, and we have a timeout. 3:59 left until halftime. Our score, Lancers 37, Mastodons 27. You're watching IPFW Women's Basketball on College 56 Sports.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils? We only ask that you do your best. And make you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Do you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Star Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
back to the Gates Center. There you see the scoring leaders. Ashley Mason, 20 points on 9 of 10 shooting from the floor and a couple of free throws. Dyer with 5, Wandu with 4, and for the IPFW, Lewis Carlisle with 6, Jenny Green with 6. Lancers have the basketball, leading by 10 as we're in the final stages of the first half. Skip pass, Wilkerson give and go, pass intended for Blevins, and it's picked off by IPFW. They have to start making some shots.
Yeah, they got to work that offense now. Got to work it around.
Victoria Grosnickel was in the lineup for the first time this afternoon. Sets a pick for O'Connell. Morin tries to take it to the hole, and she is fouled.
Before she was tied up. Yep.
They're going to call Abby Freeze for the foul. That is her first. It is the 8th team foul. So at the line will be Tina Moen, 1 and 1. First one is good. And you see the replay and little double team action there by Longwood.
One on the ball, one on the arm.
Second free throw also good. Tina Moen now with 4 points. And the lead is cut to 8. Back comes Longwood. Boy, Freeze thought about a 3.
Amber Mason is back in the ball game now.
Oh, pass intended.
And a call of hold.
For the freshman Blevins. Instead, they're calling a foul on IPFW.
Jenny Green.
And that is Jenny's first, but is the 10th team foul. So with 3:07 to go here in the first half, now it is double bonus time for the Lancers. Blevins at the line, knocks down the first. And if Claire Blevins makes the second one, she'll take a seat on the bench. Second one is good. Now
She did her job.
a snake back on the floor. Well, Longwood has assumed control of this game, and it's been basically an 8 to 10 point game for about the last 10-11 minutes.
Yeah, it sure has.
3 minutes to go until the break. And AJ loses the ball out of bounds. For IPFW, that is turnover number 6 rather.
Yeah.
Composure is what is needed here for the ladies in gray and blue.
Yeah, they got to play through these last 3 minutes, reduce that lead if they can.
Freeze for 3 off the iron, no. Moen with the board. They need to start scoring on possessions. Johnson, coast to coast off the glass and in. Patented AJ move. She now has a half a dozen. Again, the lead cut to 8, under 2.5 minutes here in the first half. Wilkerson, top of the key, knocks down a tray.
She didn't that's something she does all the time, didn't she?
She did not score in the game 2 weeks ago. That is her first points here this afternoon. Lancers with their biggest lead of the game at 11.
Reach with patience here now by the Dons. Here's the ball.
Johnson to O'Connell. Back and forth. Moen, 18-footer, no. Rebounded, Ashley Mason. She may have a double-double before halftime. Pass intended for a Freeze, knocked out of bounds by Tina Moen. We're down to a minute 46 here in the first half. 42-31 our score. Longwood on top as Lancers search for win number 7 on the year. Amber Mason tries a long shot and misses. Moen rounds with the basketball.
Yeah, that was good anticipation on the defense by Amber Mason. Stepped into the passing lane.
And you can see some frustration on the faces of some of the Lady Dons.
There's a replay of Ashley Johnson's drive the last time.
Wilkerson inbounds it. Boy, Longwood looking inside, and Jenny Green's going to be called for hammering the arm of Ashley Mason.
Yeah, Jenny had good defensive position that time. They reached over the top to try to knock the ball out.
That's Jenny's second, and Ashley Mason will head back to the line where she's already hit 2 out of 3, and she'll shoot another pair. What a first half performance. First free throw is good. Luna back in for Jenny Green.
Yeah, pretty fair half for Ashley Johnson.
9 of 10 from the floor, 3 of 4 at the line, half a dozen rebounds, and 2 assists to boot. Next free throw is good as well. 44-31. Dons have work to do.
A little over a minute to go in the first half. They're struggling to get good offensive movement.
There's a pass from intended for Julianne Huna, but before Julianne can get the ball, she is hammered by Stagg. Anna picks up her second.
So we'll see how Julianne performs at this free throw.
It's a 9th team foul. Blevins back on the floor for Stagg, and Julianne Huna will be at the line shooting 1 and 1. Time of year, Julianne is a 61% foul shooter, and she knocks the first one down.
Yeah, she shot that with a lot of confidence.
Here you see the replay where the foul was committed. Bonus free throw coming. If it's good, it'll be an 11-point deficit. And it is. Nice form by Julianne Huna.
Nothing but nylon on that, right?
Longwood gets that ball on the floor in a heartbeat.
And they have good offensive movement. They move the ball to set the picks.
Under a minute left in the half. Sims looking for a cutter. Pass goes off the leg of Johnson, and again, the new rule on a kick ball, even though it says 13 on the shot clock, they're going to set it to 15.
Yeah.
It's another new wrinkle this year in women's college basketball.
I think if it's shot clock's over 15, they just leave it.
Shot is missed, and Victoria Grossnickel pulls down her first board, and Chris Paul calls his 30-second timeout. Comes with just a tad over 46 seconds left here in the first half. Dons trail at 44-33, and
is that timeout he didn't want to lose?
That's the timeout he didn't want to lose. There you see Chris, graduate of University of St. Francis, still leads the Cougars in his all-time assists. Took over from his father-in-law, Bruce Patterson, back on, I believe it was around the 21st of December, 22nd of December. Lancers hitting 50% of their shots in the floor, 16 out of 32. IPFW, after hitting 6 of their first 8, now hitting just 39%, 11 of 28.
Yeah, they dropped off to 39%. They'll have to pick that up to be able to stay with the Lancers from Longwood.
Well, play resumes. Mastodons with the ball, 40 seconds to go, and Ashley Johnson walks it up over the timeline, which doesn't exist for women's basketball, but that's another story.
No, it's not a timeline, it's just a backcourt line.
Yeah. Luna just inside the arc, misses wide of the mark. And now Longwood can play for the last shot if they so desire. 17 seconds to go.
Looks like they do.
Lancers up by 11. Trying to make it perhaps a baker's dozen. Maybe more. Layup down by Fries is no good, but the putback is missed by Sims. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Johnson, does she get it off? It's no good, and we have reached halftime. Two teams will head into the locker room, and at the break, it is the Lancers of Longwood University leading IPFW by a score of 44-23. We will take a break, and when we come back, we're going to be visited by IPFW Director of Athletics, Mark Pope. Again, Dons trail by 11 at the break. You're watching IPFW Women's Basketball on College 56 Sports.
Pizza! Must eat. No way. What is this? Capsicum annum? Agaricus bisporus? Onion Seeper?
Can we eat this?
Peppers, mushrooms, and onions. Eat your pizza, man.
Honey.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
On this month's edition of IPFW Up Close, we're giving you a piece of Americana in the form of the Possum Trot Orchestra. We'll meet the musicians, singer-songwriters, folklorists, guitar makers, admission office information specialists, and friends. We'll find out what brought them together, where they came up with a name for their group, what their backgrounds are, and we'll also feature them in a mini-concert. Join me, Susan Alderman, Sundays at noon for IPFW Up Close on College Access Channel 56.
Oh, yes, to the 30, to the 50, to the 30 of Durham. He's going down the south end, and it's up.
If legislation being considered now in the U.S. Congress passes, you won't see your local team or your government or local events and news on this TV channel. Telecom giants want to end the funding source for this and other local channels. And with such action, end your rights to watch or produce local programming. Don't let local access become won't see TV. Go to SaveMyFreeSpeech.net or AllianceCM.org now and learn how you can help. Become informed and contact your representatives in Washington. The time for your action is now. Otherwise, this is all you'll see here soon.
Everybody, the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, where it's halftime of our game between the Lancers of Longwood University and the IPFW Mastodons, and at the break, the Dons trail by 11, 44-33. We are joined now by our good friend and advisor, Director of Athletics, Mark Pope. And
not sure what I'm advising, but I'll take the friend part of it. How are you, Mike?
I appreciate it. They're doing well, and I think you are too. Your thoughts on this first 20 minutes of action?
Well, I think that, the first 5 or 6 minutes of the game, I really had a thought that we'd all break 100. Both teams would break 100 because they were both shooting very well and correspondingly not playing a great deal of defense. And I think Longwood kept up that pace. It looks like they're shooting about 48%, 47% from the field. We haven't quite been able to do that. So, a little tighten up in the center there. I think we need to stop this one pass entry block off and turn in for a layup. No wonder they're shooting 47% with so many layups. But hopefully Chris can get that turned around in the second half.
One of the reasons I asked you to come out and talk to our viewers at halftime, some of our viewers heard about something that happened recently, some may have not. We're not in a conference yet, though you're diligently working every day of the year to get us there, but we've got almost the next best thing, an agreement that was made between 6 independent schools recently.
No, this is very similar to what we've been doing with the soccer program, the women's soccer program, where we've taken a group of independents and we've agreed to put ourselves into an alliance, a scheduling arrangement. None of us truly consider that our first choice, but it certainly is a good second choice, and it firms up the obligations of each member of the conference to play each other on a regular rotating basis. So we were sitting around at a meeting at the NCAA convention down in Indianapolis in January and said, guys, let's get this more formalized to make sure that we're all doing it for next year. So the 6 schools got together, took the same moniker from the soccer conference, and just changed it to the United Basketball Conference.
Interesting mix of locales for this get-together, so to speak. You've got North and South Dakota State, you've got Utah Valley State to the west, you've got IPFW, you've got Texas Pan American, and where did you find New Jersey Tech?
Well, New Jersey Institute of Technology has just made its transition from D2 to D1. They started by taking 1 or 2 sports D1, that was soccer and baseball. and now they've decided to go the full gamut and take everything Division I. So Lenny Kaplan, who's the AD out there, has been very helpful and instrumental in organizing this group. So we're working with him, and he's a good guy. And you're right. I mean, the travel is terrible. I think one more trip for the men's basketball team, and I get a free set of steak knives. It is what it is. You have to do it to satisfy the scheduling arrangements. As I think the North Dakota State-Wisconsin game showed a couple of weeks ago, teams don't want to get out of conference and play other teams. Well, you could also say the same thing for Seton Hall and North Carolina State this week. Once you're locked into your conference games and your conference schedule, you really want to stay there. And for whatever reason, you don't treat a non-conference game in conference the same way. You just don't. So, with that thought in mind, I think we'll see less and less of that, which makes this alliance more and more important.
We've got a little bit of 2 minutes left in this segment, Mark. One thing I know you always love talking about is academics, and another very good first semester for the IPFW athletic department. Yeah, I mean,
I'm really pleased, Mike. We started this as kind of a stretch goal 3 years ago that we were going to hit a 3.0 GPA across the board, and I got to tell you, the first time I made that one of our goals, the coaches looked at me like I was from Mars. But between the hard work of the coaches and the very diligent efforts of our academic counseling folks and our compliance people, and of course the student athletes themselves, this is the 5th straight semester we've hit it. And in this one, we blew through the top. We have a 3.08, pretty darn close to a 3.1. That is, as far as I can tell, is the best record we've ever had.
You've got the floor for about 90 seconds. The state of the athletic department, are you satisfied at this point?
Well, no, I'm never satisfied. Personally, my own goal hasn't been reached, which is to get us into a full-blown conference for all sports, and we continue to push that, and I'm not going to be satisfied until that's accomplished. I know for our individual goals, for our teams, they're not satisfied, and they're continuing to push hard and look to get better. We have a set of metrics that we measure ourselves against a group of 6 peer institutions, and in some of those we're doing very well, and other of those we're not there yet. And so we need to find ways over the next remainder of this academic year to get us to the metrics that we're searching for, both from a financial standpoint, from an academic standpoint, from a win-loss standpoint, from a community involvement standpoint. All of those things we build into the set of metrics that I've developed. And gosh, when we satisfy those, I won't be satisfied, so we'll move to the next level. But for me personally, that elusive goal remains conference affiliation, and I'm not going to be satisfied until we get that done.
Always a pleasure to have you on. Thanks for helping to keep our viewers informed on what's going on within the hallowed halls of the Gates Center.
Well, thank you, Mike, and again, thanks to you and College 56 for all they're doing for us to get the word out and keep getting us noticed. And we've got a few things we've got to continue to work on and turn around. Obviously, there'll be a search out for the women's basketball coach. Chris will be a part of that, but we'll also open it up and take a look and see what else is out there. And who knows what will happen, but we'll be working hard on that.
Keep it going.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Our guest has been Mark Pope, Director of Athletics here at IPFW. Back with more women's basketball in a moment. Dons trail by 11 at halftime, 44-33. This is IPFW women's basketball on College 56 Sports.
That vote was all right. If she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales. You're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
On this month's edition of IPFW Up Close, we're giving you a piece of Americana in the form of the Possum Trot Orchestra. We'll meet the musicians, singer-songwriters, folklorists, guitar makers, admission office information specialists, and friends. We'll find out what brought them together, where they came up with a name for their group, what their backgrounds are, and we'll also feature them in a mini-concert. Join me, Susan Alderman, Sundays at noon for IPFW Up Close on College Access Channel 56.
Do you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Star Band is looking for more members and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
Everybody to IPFW Women's Basketball here in College 56 Sports. Again, our thanks to Mark Pope, Director of Athletics, for giving us a state of the athletic department update. And here are some highlights, Doc, from the first half. Again, both teams got out of the gate quickly at the first 4-minute media timeout. IPFW had hit 6 out of 8 shots on the floor. Longwood 6 out of 9. Good drive by Jenny Green there. And again, early on, it seemed like the passing worked and they got some shots inside. There's a jumper by Jenna Lewis-Carlisle. And there's a drive by Ashley Johnson. I think AJ is going to do another one, coast to coast, off the glass and in. Here are your first half numbers. Longwood 16 out of 34 from the floor, 47%, 2 of 9 from three-point range. They've collected 12 assists, 24 rebounds, 10 out of 13 at the foul line, and they've turned the ball over 6 times. Mastodons, 11 of 30 from the floor for 37%, only 1 of 11 from three-point range, 18 assists, 18 rebounds. They also 10 of 13 at the charity stripe, and they have been guilty of 7 turnovers. The leading individual scorers, well, what can you say about Ashley Mason, Doc? 9 of 10 from the floor, 4 of 5 at the line, 22 points, 6 boards, 2 assists in 20 minutes of action. She never left the floor. She is the only person from either team in double figures. And other scoring for Longwood, there you see Courtney Dyer with 5, Nadej Wandu with 4. For IPFW, a trio of players leading the way, John Lewis-Carlisle, Jenny Green, and Ashley Johnson with 6 points apiece. But that bugaboo not being able to hit the shot when you need to, especially the long-distance shot, plaguing IPFW again.
And the offensive movement of the basketball is obviously much better on the Longwood end than it has been on IPFW. They look, they see, and Mason gets a lot of points, but it's because she's moving, she's working, they're passing, she's passing, and they find her.
Okay, Coach Skelton, what do you tell your players in the locker room? You're down by 11, you're on your home floor, and you're playing a team that you played 2 weeks ago out in Virginia, and they beat you by 17.
Yeah, they've seen this team before, so they know exactly what the capabilities are with different players. I think that one thing for sure that you say to the IPFW team is look for the number 10. Just look for the number 10. And if they can slow her down a little bit, yeah, there are some other kids on that Longwood team, I think, that can pick up the slack, but got to play the defense.
Again, we mentioned earlier, number 10 is Ashley Mason, a 5'10 senior, and on Wednesday night against Elon College, she had 16 points and 15 rebounds. When these two teams played 2 weeks ago, she was kept scoreless in the first half. Did pick up 14 points in the second half. Again, she comes into this game averaging 17 points and 9 rebounds a game, and at the break, she's got 20 points and 6 boards. Well,
I've been fairly impressed also, Mike, with the freshman center that Longwood has.
Anna Stegg.
Yeah. She's pretty active in there. She hasn't scored a lot of points, hasn't grabbed a lot of rebounds, but she's been in that middle, and I think defensively probably created some difficulties for IPFW.
Well, both coaches huddling around, teams are huddling around their respective interim head coaches. Boy, look at those two guys. That's a sight for sore eyes. Well, it'll be...
Time for a little filler.
It'll be Jenna Lewis-Carlisle, Ashley Johnson, Tina Moen, Hillary O'Connell, Jenny Green on the floor for IPFW. Longwood will inbound the ball, and you got the twins, the Mason girls, Ashley and Amber. And you've also got Abby Fries, who is from West Liberty, Ohio, Jessica Wilkerson, who has the ball, and Anna Stegg. So here we go, half number 2. IPFW trailing by 11. Let's see what the Dons can do. Longwood going from left to right on your television screen, wearing the blue road jerseys. They kick it around, play a little hot potato here and there, 10 on the shot clock. Inside feed for Stegg, over a double team, misses. Tina Moen with a good rebound, and here comes IPFW. Jenny Green, baseline drive. She kicks it out. Jonna Lewis-Carlisle for 3, off the rim and no. Moen fighting for the rebound. She's got a real hustler by Tina Moen.
Nice job, very nice job.
Outdoing Wilkerson. O'Connell misses a long ball. Don's now 1 of 13 from long range. They were 1 of 16 2 weeks ago. Fries for 3, and it's good. Abby Fries now with 5 points. Just had a momentary visit from a relative of Abby's, a good friend of mine who I used to work with here in town. Tina Moen off the glass and in. The freshman from Norway now with 5 points. Back comes Longwood, and they draw a foul. Jenny Green picks up personal foul number 3.
Yeah, that's our second player in the 3-foul difficulty.
First of the second half, and here is the quiet twin. Amber Mason has not scored yet today.
She picked up a couple of fouls early in the game, and so she sat out a lot of the first half.
Misses the first of her 2 free throws. Amber comes in averaging nearly 12 points a game. She's also a 73% foul shooter. Gets the friendly bounce there.
Had the shooter's roll that time.
So she is now on the board with the point, and the lead is up to 13, 48-35. We played a minute and a half here of the second half.
Got to get some movement on that ball, make that defense work.
Longwood, man-to-man defense, and Jonna Lewis-Carlisle stepped on the end line. Turnover number 8 for the Mastodons, to the chagrin of Chris Paul. And here come the Lancers from Longwood University. They are from Farmville, Virginia, which I'm told is about 45 to 50 miles from west of Richmond. Ashley Mason, surprise, surprise, guilty of a traveling violation before she gets that shot off.
Before she got hammered. Okay.
Yeah. So the Dons get a break. 18:06 left, and IPFW inbounds it, trailing 48-35.
Taking pressure from Amber Mason.
O'Connell lost the ball. Moen traveled with, we got a break. As foul is going to be called on Anna Stegg, and that is her third. First Lancer foul of the second half. So let's see what happens. AJ with the ball. Johnson drives, misses a shot, gets her own rebound, puts it up and in.
Yeah, stayed with it. Good effort. Good effort.
8 points now for the junior from Kokomo. Lead down to 11. Now the IPFW has to make a stop. Stegg misses the shot. O'Connell gets the board. And I thought she was fouled.
Yeah. I kind of thought she was too.
JLC off the glass and in. And Longwood calls a timeout. It'll be a converted first, 17:20 to go. So we'll take a break as well. 48-39, the Dons trail by 9. You're watching IPFW Women's Basketball on College 56 Sports.
Mom, Dad, you know we love kids, and I've made a decision that will totally change my life. Cameron's too. It's a huge responsibility, leading someone into, who knows, communication or science or math. That's what life's all about, right? Learning so you can pass on knowledge to younger minds. Dad, Mom, I want to be a teacher.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
On this month's edition of IPFW Up Close, we're giving you a piece of Americana in the form of the Possum Trot Orchestra. We'll meet the musicians, singer-songwriters, folklorists, guitar makers, admission office information specialists, and friends. We'll find out what brought them together, where they came up with a name for their group, what their backgrounds are, and we'll also feature them in a mini-concert. Join me, Susan Alderman, Sundays at noon for IPFW Up Close on College Access Channel 56.
Back at the Gate Center, you see the drive of John Lewis Carlisle for her fourth field goal of the afternoon. 17:20 left here in the second half. IPFW trails 48-39. The Lancers of Longwood University with the basketball. Looks like IPFW's in a man-to-man defense, Doc.
Yeah, they're sagging back in there.
And a traveling call going to be charged to Nadej Wandu, who was on the floor, first time in the second half.
Well, with the defense is sagging way back in there, that's a good idea because Longwood, other than Freeze, hasn't taken a lot of outside shots.
Almost imperative for IPFW to score on this possession. Ashley Johnson wants to drive baseline. Give and go. Jenny Green in the trees. Forces a shot up and she travels.
Yeah, she made that fake move but couldn't keep her feet set.
She was double teamed by Ashley Mason and Nadej Wandu. Turnover number 9 on part of IPFW. So here come the visitors from Virginia, up by 9. Looking inside. Amber Mason for 3, yes. Twin sister of Ashley makes her first field goal of the afternoon.
Yes, they called that a 2.
Wow. A break for the Dons.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Mullen, long distance, no good. Green with the offensive board. And the ball is stolen. Pass intended for Johnson and Jenny Green. Wow.
Okay.
If you're an IPFW fan, count your lucky stars. Jump ball called.
Second break real quick.
And it'll be IPFW's ball on the possession. For a moment, Jenny was going to get hit with her 4th foul.
Good hustle by Jenny.
Mullen looking for somebody. Gets it to Ashley Johnson. AJ likes to shake, bake, stops, pops, and misses. Missed everything, goes out of bounds.
Media time.
And we got another timeout. 15:57 to go. It's the Lancers 50, the Mastodons 39. We hope you're enjoying this edition of IPFW Women's Basketball on College 56 Sports.
Did you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Star Band is looking for more members and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
look at some of the IPFW cheerleaders. Again, we are at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW, along with Dave Scouten and Mike Maas. 15:57 to go. IPFW trailing Longwood 50-39. Lancers bring the ball up the floor. Let's see what IPFW can do on the defensive end. And we have a player control foul.
Yeah, I think 42 is
call on Wandu.
Moving the kick.
That is Nadeja's third. Geneva Murdoch, and what a story. Geneva has been fighting knee problems throughout her career. She's a senior from Northside High School, and she is on the floor gutting it out here in her final campaign with the Dons. Shoot a pretty fair free ball shot. Mullen, intended for Murdoch, too strong, picked off by Dyer. Here comes Longwood on the run. Smalls on the floor. Three-point shot by Dyer is good. Courtney's second tray of the afternoon. She now has 8 points. And the lead is up to 14, and I think that's the largest lead of the day for Longwood, 53-39.
Yeah, IPFW's got to work on this, whittling this down right now.
Johnson watched by Small, shaking big time, kicks it out to O'Connell. Back to AJ, 15-footer off the rim. And ball out of bounds, last touch by Wandu. Claire Blevins, the freshman, replacing Nadej Wandu. Ashley Johnson will inbound it, 14:55 to go. Dons trail by 14. Mullen stops, pops, misses. Fight for the rebound. Last touch by Ashley Mason. It'll remain Mastodon possession. Again, Ashley Johnson to put the ball in play. Lewis Carlisle fires one up and hits the back of the iron, but she also draws a foul. And the foul is going to be on Courtney Dyer. That is her first, team third.
Yeah, I think it was Donna Lewis Carlisle that drew the foul that time.
A sophomore from Henry Clay High School in Lexington, Kentucky, knocks down the first one. She now has 9 points. Ashley Johnson steps out. Nan Moore comes in. One more free throw coming for Jana Lewis Carlisle. That one's pure as pure.
Dead center.
It's a double figures. Don's down by 12. Dyer, another three ball, no good. Murdoch with the board. And here comes IPFW again up the floor. Three-pointer on the way from Geneva, hits the rim, no good. Murdoch fighting for the rebound. Tied up by Kiva Small, and it'll be a jump ball, and the ball will go over to Longwood. And let's see, Sims back on the floor, number 34, for the Lancers.
Another one of their freshman ball players. They've got some freshmen that do some quality time with them.
Traveling call on Courtney Dyer, and Courtney can't believe it. You don't want to mess around with Michelle Del Duco. Chatted with her briefly before the start of the game. I've known her for a little bit when the Mid-Con tournament was here. Michelle is in her 23rd year as a Detroit police officer. You don't mess with the law.
She'll say, let's go into the lockup here and talk about that.
Jana Lewis Carlisle. Tumor working around. And now offensive foul called on Geneva Murdoch. Her first. Second team foul.
Yeah, we don't really want this game to become a free throw shooting contest. IPFW is not bad, but they're very, very good.
2 weeks ago, the Lancers hit 20 out of 27 from the line. Levins short on the shot. Rebound fought for O'Connell to Moore. Here comes the freshman from Detroit. Kicks it out to Lewis Carlisle. Pop, stops, and hits. Nice feed from Nan Moore to Jana Lewis Carlisle. And Jana Lewis Carlisle has scored the last 5 IPFW points. The lead's down to 10. Inside feed, Mason driving off of Murdoch, and Ashley Mason is hurt from.
Great ball control once she gets her hands on it.
22 points for the senior. Moore comes back driving and draws the foul. Amber Sims picks up her second, team fourth. And Nan Moore, freshman out of Detroit, actually played for the Ferndale Eagles in high school in northern suburb of the Motor City. Makes the first free throw. And let's see, Amber Mason back on the floor, along with Abby Freeze. One more free throw coming for Nan Moore, and she's going to be a good one, Doc.
Yeah, she is. She's done a nice job. Come along as a freshman.
Bends the knees and knocks it down. That's 4 out of 4 from the line here in the second half. Trail by 10 as we near the 13-minute mark. Ashley Mason, the bread and butter girl, takes it to the hole and gets by Geneva Murdoch. Not much Geneva can do on basically one leg.
The defense wasn't too bad.
A layup was made by Nan, but they're going to wave it off.
Foul charge.
Well, for Nan Moore, that is her fourth foul. And that hurts. Lancers with the basketball. Playing a little perimeter game, and now we got a whistle underneath. And they're going to call Geneva Murdoch for a block to the chagrin of Chris Paul. It's 2 on Geneva. Longwood inbounds it. Amber Mason took a step, missed the shot. Loose ball. Sister Ashley gets it up and in. 6 points in a row now for Ashley Mason, 26 in the game. Lewis Carlisle short on the jumper. And then here come the Lancers on the run. 4 on 2 and a traveling call.
That's an interesting call. I don't know how you can travel and you still have your dribble.
Well, if I was a betting man, Doc, I would say that was a makeup call, but that's my own biased opinion.
In anticipation.
Perhaps. In any event, 11 turnovers now for Longwood. In fact, teams are even at 11 turnovers apiece.
This isn't too awfully bad considering it's been a pretty fast-paced game.
Gina Moen, drive on Ashley Mason. There's Carlisle looking for Murdoch in the block. Shot up, no good, but Geneva's going to go to the line and shoot a couple. And she is fouled by Ashley Mason. That is her first foul of the afternoon. 5th team foul. You see the replay there. Good move by Geneva. Trying to force the action, force something to happen.
See if she can drain a couple here and miss the first.
Now again, Geneva with leg-by-leg problems throughout her career. She got hit, I believe, as a senior at Northside. But give her credit for gutting it out, doing a lot of rehab work. Initially, they didn't think she'd be able to play this year, but she's giving it a go, and she makes the second free throw. So the lead is a baker's dozen, 59-46. Make that 61-46. Hannah Stig is heard from.
And another assist goes on the board for the Longwood Lancers.
And the Dons hope to stay within shouting distance. Amber Mason is fouled, I believe, by Hillary O'Connell.
Yeah, I think Hillary picked that one up.
That is Hillary's first of the afternoon, and we've got a timeout on the floor. 11:35 to go here in the contest. Time for us to invite you to keep up with the IPFW Women's Basketball team each week through the season by tuning into the Chris Paul Show. We'll Be seen Thursdays at 10:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 12 noon here in College 56. This is joined by yours truly, Mike Maz, and we review recent games, talk with student athletes and guests, and preview upcoming action. Again, that's the Chris Paul Show. Tune in either Thursday night at 10:30 or Saturdays at 12 noon here on College 56 Sports. Also, to keep everything equal, we invite you to keep up with what's going on with the men's basketball team. Join head coach Dane Fife for Inside Dons Basketball with highlights and insights on the Mastodons from the coach and his guest. Yours truly, Mike Maz, hosts the show. It's seen at Tuesdays at 10:30, Thursdays at 7, Fridays at 6:30, and Saturdays at 12:30. Again, it's Inside Dons Basketball with Coach Dane Fife right here on College 56 Sports. Well, Don not a happy Mastodon right now.
No, and for good reason. The shooting has dropped off again a little bit for IPFW. They were, it's about like it was at halftime, 36%.
Meanwhile, Longwood hitting 50% of their shots, 23 out of 46.
So they picked it up a little bit.
4 to 12 from long distance, but with a gal like Ashley Freeze to work the low block, or Ashley Mason, I'm sorry, to work the low block.
Yeah.
May not need to take many more. Well, here is Amber Mason at the line. She's going to shoot 2. 1 out of 2 from the line so far. And she knocks the first one down. Longwood University, a member of the Southern Conference. IPFW's played one other Southern Conference school this year, and that's Winthrop University. Second free throw rattles, rolls in and out.
Used all the rim and couldn't get it to go in.
Getting most of your money's worth. Ned Moore picks up the board, and here comes IPFW, needing to score and in a hurry. Maria Connell, top of the key. Lob pass for Jenny Green, and it's too far. Jenny needed to have Kelly Boyd's height that time.
Yeah, not a bad idea. She had the daylight back there.
Kiva Small in for Longwood. Ashley Johnson along with Pavla Pletkova, the freshman from the Czech Republic, making her first appearance today. Pavla 5'8", and they're going to make sure she reports to the official score. That happened earlier in the game with a Longwood player.
All right, IPFW needs a stop here.
Let's see what happens.
Pressure on. Looks like they're going to stay with that sticky man-to-man. And there goes, is that Freeze?
Long shot missed. Johnson loses the ball. Jenny Green across timeout. Heads up play. I'm not sure if they're going to credit Jenny Green for the timeout or Chris Paul, because the coaches have that opportunity, but in any event, IPFW retains possession by calling a 30-second timeout here with exactly 11 minutes remaining. You see the Dons huddled around Chris Paul. Well, after this game today, IPFW women's team will leave early, and I mean early, Friday morning for the Lone Star State. 1 week from today, they'll take on the Bronx of the University of Texas Pan American. And then on Monday night, the 6th of February, they'll take on Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
So Saturday,
Monday get together.
Combination.
Yep. You saw that little graphic at the bottom of your screen. The latest Mastodon scores and stats are available on the World Wide Web. Just go to www.ipfw.edu/athletics. Mastodons with the basketball. Johnson trying to get down low. A forced shot by Pletkova. She was in amongst the trees, so to speak. Comes up short.
I think you could say that shot was in the vicinity.
Kiva Small off the rim, no good. John Lewis Carlisle trying to get a rebound. Ball goes out of bounds off the hands of Amber Sims.
Ashley Sims at the moment is getting a little rest.
Lee Boyd also back on the floor. Here comes AJ, Ashley Johnson. Team down by 13. Shauna Lewis Carlisle to Pletkova. On the foul line, off the glass, no good. Dyer to Sims. Stops, pops, misses. JLC with the bird on the run, 1-on-2. Stops, her shot is blocked, and she hit the floor hard. Fouls on Kiva Small, her second. That is the 6th team foul in the second half for Longwood.
We're real close to the midpoint of the second half. 10:04 left to go here.
Jenna Lewis Carlisle had 6 points in the first half. Too much English on that free throw
at the other end there a while ago.
She has 9 points here in the second half, 15 overall. That's leading IPFW scoring. Of course, JLC, the leading scorer in the year, averaging just over 14 points a game coming into this one. One more free throw, and that's good. Makes it 62-50 with 10 minutes to go here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. Dyer. Inside. Stagg. Forced shot. Hits the rim. Put up by Small is good.
Nice follow-up.
Kiva Small now with 4 points.
That lead keeps bouncing back up there a little bit.
Lewis Carlisle in the paint. Pops one off the rim. No. Fight for the board. AJ gets it. Good offensive rebound by Ashley Johnson. Downs will reload.
If AJ is not the leading rebounder, she's awfully close for the season for the Dons.
Kelly Boyd from 14 feet is good. The senior from North Judson now with a half a dozen. It's 64-52 with 9:08 to go. Defense needed by IPFW. Amber Mason got away with the travel and got the bucket. She now has 6 points.
And an assist goes to sister.
A lot of good passing by the Lancers this afternoon. Pletkova kicks it out to Jenny Green. Jenny. Does she count the bucket? WNBA player there.
And that's one of those that can go either way, and we got to go our way.
Ashley Mason charged with her second foul. And then the old continuation, but you never get the officials to agree to it. Jenny Green with a chance for a 3-point play. Jenny, the senior tri-captain out of Lansing Catholic High School in Lansing, Michigan. Looking for point number 9. Count it, right? Straight through the twine.
This is more offensive production we've had out of Jenny in a long time.
The lead is down to 11 as we near the 8.5-minute mark. Wilkerson back on the floor, on the point. Again, Longwood going to play that perimeter passing game and look for a backdoor cutter. Abby Freeze off the rim, no. Ashley Mason over the back of Pletkova. And Ashley Mason now with 3 personal fouls, all committed here in the second half. That is going to be 1-1 as that's the 7th team foul on Longwood here in the second half. So Pavla Pletkova, again, freshman from Prague. I keep wanting to say Prague, Czechoslovakia, but I guess officially you got to say the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
But she knocks down the freebie.
Need to get this second one and we can get that lead down under 10.
8:20 to go. 66-57.
Little string music for her.
The lead is in single digits now. And again, imperative for IPFW to make a stop. Freeze misses a tray. Now Lewis Carlisle with the board. The Dons come up running. Ashley Johnson for 3 and out. No. Rebounded by Stagg. Boy, that ball went part of the way down, but spun out. Again, that's the luck of IPFW women's basketball this year, in all honesty. Just unable to get that ball to go all the way down the cylinder. Abby Freeze. She's going to try a 3, top of the key, short. Loose back, picked up by Pletkova. Pavla's played well since she's come in here in the second half.
Yeah, she's been on the ball.
Trying to lose Carlisle, stops, pops, no! Rebounded by Amber Mason. again, the Browns have a chance to really clip into this deficit. It stands at 9 right now. 66-57 with 7:15 to go.
Ashley Mason on that, calling for the ball. She's got a smaller player on her. Now Jenny Green's on her.
Good double team. Clover came over to help double team along with Green. And again, another chance for IPFW to cut into this lead. Lewis Carlisle off the rim. Johnson with another offensive board. And Chris Powell calls a 30-second timeout. Again, here's the upcoming women's basketball schedule. The final, believe it or not, final 3 road games of the year. Next Saturday, February 4th at Texas Pan American. Monday, February 6th against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And then Thursday, February 9th, a trip to West Lafayette to play the Purdue Boilermakers, who, oh, by the way, are 8-0 in the Big Ten and have cracked the top 10 in the country. And I believe they are on a, I want to say 11 or 12 game winning streak. And Christy Curry's got those Boilers playing awfully well. 6:52 to go. Again, IPFW trailing by 9 with the basketball. Ashley Johnson right in front of our location will inbound it. Lewis Carlisle. Grossnick goes back in. Petkova. Jenny Green is getting worked over real good by Lee Masherin, who's in the game for the first time. Petkova would like to do a spin move. And she is fouled before she can get the shot off. And let's see who they call that foul on.
It's going to be a 1-and-1.
It is Kiva Small. We've got a timeout. 6:40 to go. Don't go anywhere. IPFW trails Longwood 66-57. And during this infamous media timeout, see again Chris Powell on your right, Alan Buck up top, Charity Middleton, and Katie Jackson. Our next telecast of IPFW men's volleyball will take place on Friday, February 18th, when the dreaded Ball State Cardinals come to town. First serve scheduled for 7 p.m. IPFW women's volleyball assistant coach Steve Florio will join me for that one.
The volleyball team last night hit a little bump in the road. They got beat at Lewis.
Earlier that day, at 1 o'clock on February 18th, our next women's basketball telecast. Again, the Frogs from Texas Pan American will make a return trip here to Fort Wayne to take on these IPFW Mastodons. From 1 o'clock February 18th, for women's basketball here on College 56 Sports. Well,
6:40 left and time for a run by the Dons.
And they could sure use one. Jenny Green, Pavla Petkova, Ashley Johnson, Johnny Lewis Carlisle, and Tina Moen now on the floor. And it'll be Pavla Petkova shooting 1 and bonus. She just knocked down a couple a moment ago. Perfect.
Well, let's go for 4.
And Doc, we talked about this, when clock is not moving, you're behind, you have to take advantage of every opportunity. 4 in a row for the freshman from Prague. Lead is down to 7. And ball knocked out of bounds, they say, by Petkova. 6:35 left. Lancers 66, Mastodons 59. Long pass, Small.
Seven times tonight.
That play. Kiva Small with a half a dozen. That's a badly needed bucket for the Lancers.
Yeah, they've been a little dry spell.
That Carver in the freeze. And they're going to say, oh. Well, Rod Creech thought it was a foul, and they're not going to call it a foul, as Mark Berger, they're going to call Blevins for the foul. You see the replay. A break for the Dons, and Petkova is back.
Left hand secure.
Double bonus situation. I'll tell you, Plakova has done very well coming off the bench.
And the Twins are back in for Longwood, Ashley and Amber Mason.
One more free throw coming. Chance to cut the lead to 7. Oh, there's your star of the game.
There's the free throw.
Star of the game.
Yeah.
But right back. Longwood misses the jumper, but Amber Mason with the offensive board. That's a killer. Anything worse than that is draining a 3 as the shot clock expires.
Exactly.
Masher in. Throws it away. Almost. Johnson goes for it. Tries to get it to a teammate. Gets it to Lewis Carlisle. Walter Skelton. The Dons had him on. AJ in the paint. In the paint. They breaks for the junior from Kokomo.
Now we're going to rinse out because Longwood gets back down the floor very quickly.
Bodies flying all over the place. It could be a violation. Over and back. Just a shot. That is right in Fort Wayne. 5:37 to go. Mastodons will inball the basketball near midcourt.
Well, Wednesday night we saw a similar kind of thing happen, Mike. We got to hope now that this time they can continue on. Because Wednesday night they got within 3, and then they went back down low.
5.5 to go. Lewis Carlisle kicks it out. Jenny Green. Plakova thought about a 3. Plays the ball. Tough break. 3-on-2 for the Lancers. Amber Mason, 18-4. No, loose ball. Who's got it? Lewis Carlisle. Outlets it to Johnson. AJ wants to shake and bake. Spin move. Shot up. Wilkerson gets the foul. I believe that is Jessica's first. And Ashley Johnson trying for the conventional 3-point play, and she makes it. The Dons trail by just 2. AJ 2 of 2 so far today. In and out, no good. Rebound by Amber Mason. 68-65. Dons trail by 3 as we near the 5-minute mark. Dyer getting instructions from Nikki Atkinson, interim head coach. Big possession for both teams. Inside feed. Oh, wow. What do? Go to your money gal. Ashley Mason.
Yep. And the defense wasn't too bad that time, except there was no help side.
AJ loses the ball again. Knocked out of her hands, picked up by Amber Mason. 4.5 minutes to go. Dons trail 70-65. Wilkerson at the point guard position. Inside. Great knocked away by Moore. Good D by Tina. AJ is fouled by Small. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Nope, make it Wilkerson. Thought Kiva Small was guilty of the infraction, but they say no. In any event, Ashley Johnson gets a chance to atone.
4:20 to go and stop. The clock is stopped, so let's score here.
2 free throws coming for Ashley Johnson. Bounce, bouncing out. Break there. Murdoch back on the floor for Moen for IPFW. Freeze and Stagg on the floor for Longwood. One more free throw coming for Ashley Johnson. We said AJ came into the game hitting 72% of her free throws on the season. Cut the lead to 4 if she can make it. And she does. Ashley now with 13 points. Nearly a turnover, but Amber Mason able to hang on to that ball.
Couple of anxious seconds there for Longwood Lansing.
We're in the 4-minute mark. Side and a reach-in foul is going to be called on Geneva Murdoch, bumping Ashley Mason. Even out with 3 fouls on the afternoon.
And it's a non-shooting foul because IPFW is not in the bonus foul yet.
4:01 to go. Inbound pass to Sting and I think Geneva's going to get called for it.
Either that or maybe Jenny. Is that Geneva?
Yep, they're calling in Geneva.
Okay. That is fourth.
Her fourth. Stang is at the line. 1 and 1. Oh, they're going to call it 2? My.
She made a motion like she might be going up.
First one is no good. One more free throw coming. That one no good. Huna on with the rebound. Big break for IPFW. 2 missed free throws. Let's see how that plays out. AJ.
Yeah, missed Huna wide open underneath.
Julianne, baseline shot, no. Rebounded by Wilkerson. Another chance lost. IPFW snake pit. Nearing the 3.5-minute mark. 70-66 Lancers. They have the basketball. 15 on the shot clock. Jessica Wilkerson playing the point guard. Ready freeze. Inside, give and go. Mason off the glass and in. Ashley Mason with 10 points here in the second half. She scored the last 4 Lancer points and leads up to 6.
Great hands on that last move because that was a tough pass. The defense was all around her.
Ashley Johnson looking for some help. Huna inside, Jenny Green, shot up, no good, out of bounds. Last touch by Longwood. And there is a timeout on the floor. 2:56 left. I want to remind you you can tune in to Power 56 Sports for the replay of tonight's game next Sunday. Am I right on that date? Tomorrow.
Yep.
I don't have my calendar. Tomorrow night, January 29th at 7 o'clock. Longwood IPFW replay. Catch it right here on College 56 Sports. Well, Don, the Dons had 2 possessions to try to make this a 1-possession game. Came up empty, 72-66. Still time.
Still got a shot at it. The turnovers have begun to pick up both ways, but not so awfully bad. It's just a matter of now. From here on out, you got to protect that basketball.
Well, being in a close game is no stranger for the Longwood Lancers, because coming into this one, we mentioned that Wednesday night they lost to Elon by 1 point. After beating IPFW 2 weeks ago, they played at Norfolk State and lost by 6. They've lost to Winthrop by 9. And so they've had some close games. Nikki Atkinson taking over from Shirley Duncan at New Year's Day, 3-4 as the interim head coach of the Lancers. Here we go.
Have to remember there's no reset on the shot clock.
Ashley Johnson. John Lewis Carlisle. Long three. Yes! Second time for JIC. And it's a 3-point game. Ball knocked out of bounds. O'Connell in for Plakova. What a job. Pavla Plakova comes in hitting 6 crucial free throws out of 6 attempts. Kiva Small hustles to the scorer's table. She's going to replace Jessica Wilkerson. Ashley Mason will inbound the basketball, and IPFW is going to put full court pressure on. One sister to another. To Abby Freeze, the native Buckeye. Nearing the 2.5-minute mark. 72-69. IPFW trails by 3. Amber Mason looking for her sister. Oh, inside feed to Freeze off the glass. No! What? It's up and in by Ashley Mason. Don's unable to block out. It's a 2-possession game.
Ashley on the spot.
Hit off a 3! O'Connell's second try, and it's a 3-point game. 74-71 as we near the 2-minute mark.
I guess they caught an early shot at 2.
1-2-2 inside. Stang tries to take it home, and she is hacked. And Jenny Green picks up her 4th. 1:52 to go. They only called that a 2, huh?
That's, yeah. Coach Paul thought it was a 3.
I'd like to see the replay on that one. First free throw misses by Steg, I should say, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Steg has missed the last 3 in a row.
One more coming. IPFW needs to block out on defense. Big free throw. In no good. Loose ball picked up by Huna. The Dons come up the floor. They can cut it to one or tie it with the tray. Ashley Johnson, I'm sorry, getting instructions from Chris Powell.
With as much time as there is left, they just need to get the best shot they can. 2 points, 3 points, whatever it is.
So Lewis Carlisle, a timeout called by Chris Paul. 1:34 to go. Chris has one full timeout left. In our score, 74-71. It was an 11-point game at halftime. Boy, I like the small. Look at that dock. Yeah. Look, from our vantage point where we're at, I would have bet the house it was a 3, but you and I don't wear striped shirts. That's cool. Tony Lomiller, our producer, correctly showing us there in the truck that it was a 2, so credit the officials for making the right corrected call. But the Dons have the ball, and you see the brain trust at work. Normally, and IPFW learned this in an earlier game, you would almost guess that IPFW is going to do what's called a 1-4 clear out with Ashley Johnson being the 1. She is the most creative person with the basketball that IPFW has. And when we say 1-4, Ashley the 1 out top, the other 4 almost in an I formation along the baseline, and just give Ashley as much room as she can to do some shaking and baking and slicing and dicing and see if she can either get the layup or possibly draw a foul. Well, here we go. Players back on the floor. AJ will put the ball into play.
And maybe they'll set up a pick here for somebody to pop a 3.
Jenny Green gets the inbounds pass. He goes up top of the key, gets it back to Johnson. Again, here's your 1-4. AJ slides, dash off the glass. No foul called. Rebounded by Steg. Big miss, big bucket, big rebound there, I should say, by Anna Steg. 1:15 to go. Lancers by 3. Amber Mason looking for her sister. Over with the ball in her hands. Dyer for 3 overhead.
That would be the last thing in the world they would take at that time would be a 3, but she drained it.
1 minute to go. Dons down by 6. They don't have to take the 3, but they have to score this possession.
Well, they got plenty of time.
Lewis Carlisle off the back of the rim. Dyer with the rebound. O'Connor pressuring her. And a reach-in foul by Johnson. 45 seconds to go. AJ had to do it. That is her first foul. Team 9th. Be 1-1 coming for Abby Freeze. Now you see Chris Paul right in front of us. Nan Moore in for Jenny Green. Pavla Plekova wants to check in for Julianne Huna. Well, quickness and everybody on the floor can shoot a 3. Yeah. Even though the Dons are only 3 of 18, they are capable. Claire Blevins on the floor replacing Anna Steg. 1-1 for Abby Freeze. Freeze, 56% foul shooter. Bouncing that ball. Shot in the air and perfect. Big free throw.
A junior from West Liberty, Ohio. I suspect she has a few family and friends in the stands today.
An uncle of hers, Rick Williams, I think it's an uncle, visited me before the second half started. Second free throw, no good. Plekova with the board. 40 seconds to go. Dons down by 7. Must score. Johnson. Mora for 3 on the way. That is the final. Are they calling that a 2 or 3?
3. It was at 71.
Yeah, you're right. I'm wrong. Johnson. Moore, boy, she was set beautifully. Went straight up and followed through.
Knew exactly what she wanted to do.
Okay, 78-74. You're out of timeouts. You got to play full court pressure defense. Double bonus situation for both teams. By the way, Longwood has 3 timeouts left at their arsenal.
They're going to have to hit some free throws to close this out.
Dyer with that dagger 3 a few moments ago. And reach and foul Moore, I believe, is going to be charged with the foul. Fouling Jessica Wilkerson.
And is that her 5th?
That is her 5th. So she will foul out. But Nan fouls out with 5 points today. That big triple a few moments ago. And a couple of free throws. Tina Moen in for her. Jessica Wilkerson will shoot 2.
Tina's a good offensive threat.
And in the second half, Longwood has not been so successful at the stripe. First one bounces off, no good.
Been going just like that. You're on the back of the iron, shooting hard and flat.
Lancers just 3 of 10 at the free throw line here in the second half. One more coming. It's a big one. And that one is good. It's a 2-possession, 5-point game. 79-74. Dons have to score. Johnson on the right at the basket.
Sometimes you go to the right even good, will you?
A big play for Ashley. Johnson draws the foul. Foul is on Amber Mason, her 3rd. Not what the doctor ordered if you're Longwood. Friendly bounce off the rim, and now Nikki Atkinson is going to call a 30-second timeout.
Map out the strategy here for the last 21 seconds as Longwood hopes to hang on to that lead.
Well, it's 79-76. One free throw coming for A.J. Ashley Johnson. Ashley has scored 9 points here in the second half. She has 15 overall. Johnny Lewis Carlisle leads the Dons with 19. And on the other side of the coin, what can you say about Ashley Mason? This might be a career day. 34 points, 15 of 16 from the floor, 4 of 5 at the line, 9 boards, 3 assists, 3 fouls. But if you're IPFW, AJ, again, a 72% foul shooter, if she makes the shot, it's a 2-point game. And then you got to play the best defense of your life. Here we go. Free throw up and good. Now, the inbounds pass to Freeze, and AJ fouls her right away with 18.4 seconds on the clock. Good move. That's only the second foul on Johnson. Now, Ashley Freeze made 1 out of 2 a moment ago. Again, we mentioned she is a 5'5" junior from West Liberty, Ohio. 2 critical free throws. 18.4 ticks of the clock left. First and
Perfect. Yeah.
what can you say? When it counts, she's made a couple of big ones. One more coming. Dons absolutely have to block out on a possible miss. It's on the way, and it's good. 2 critical free throws for Freeze.
Still no panic. It's 4 points. A lot of things can happen.
AJ picks it up near midcourt. She's going to take it. O'Connell for 3. No! And the ball goes out of bounds, and it will belong to Longwood. 10.5 seconds. Hillary had a good look. Just hit the far side of the rim. Courtney Dyer to inbound it. Gets it to Freeze, and she's fouled immediately by O'Connell. So Abby Freeze will go back to the line. Second foul on Hillary. 9.6 seconds left. You see Chris Paul, Charity Middleton to your left, his right, Alan Buck. 2 more clutch free throws for Abby Freeze. First one, money in the bank.
You know, you say 9.6 seconds. That's an eternity for Coach Mickey Atkinson on Longwood, and it's a small time for the Dons.
Second one, no good, but the offense offensive board by Freeze, and Longwood should be able to run the clock out.
This one's going to be over.
A gallant second half effort by Freeze. And our final score here this afternoon is 82-77. Teams meet each other at midpoint. A lot closer game than the first time 2 weeks ago, Doc. And IPFW gave it a go.
Yeah, we're on a board.
Cut it to 2, but just came up short.
The shooting rolls again came back to bite them. But free throws were excellent.
Real briefly.
25-32.
Yep. Real briefly, here are some of the numbers. Longwood 30 of 63 from the floor, 5 of 60 from three-point range, 17 of 29 from the foul line. Led by Ashley Mason, 34 points, 11 for Dyer, the only ones in double figures. For IPFW, 19 points for Jenna Lewis Carlisle, 16 for Ashley Johnson. And that basically is going to do it. Doc, we will see you shortly down the road.
Yeah.
Thank at this time the College 66 production crew, the IPFW Athletic Staff, the City of Fort Wayne, Comcast Cablevision, the IPFW Learning Resource Center, and especially the IPFW Office of University Relations and Communications for their contributions to this site.